Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekamac. This is Let's Play Persona 5 Strikers. In the last episode we start getting leads on our new monarch because, well, there's a author around and he's got Twilight level mania going on about him. Apparently that's something that could be suspiciously metaverse-like. These things do happen, but it's a video game, so we're going to assign a fantasy explanation to it. So let's just check out things. Oh, hello. I wonder if the Phantom Thieves will come to Sendai. Maybe they're already here. Why do this to me, my honey pie? We swore love to each other here. You told me how special I was to you. So why? What did I do wrong? You look like one of the pickup artists from Persona 5? That's such a weird thing. Hello, can we go somewhere special from here?
Let's head back.
There's nothing over here. Let's not move too far away. But we do have our velvet room here. I really want to know the logistics of how this works, but we're probably not going to, and it's probably the sort of thing only I would be interested in anyway. Yo! Check out those things hanging from the ceiling. They look like aliens. They're apparently known as streamers. Sendai are known for being topped with a large four-folded kusudama. They look a bit like rain charms, which I only know about because I read a lot of Detective Conan. Now that I think about it, isn't Tanabata celebrated in July?
Yes.
Looks like Tanabata is observed using the old lunar calendar, so the festival is held a month later, in August. I don't know if I follow you, but whatever, August rules!
By the way,
Kinda crowded here. Like, even more than Shibuya, asking around's gonna be a pain. Yeah, you could always eavesdrop. Chocolate banana?
What the heck?
This sucks! Something wrong? I was wandering around the shopping area here. And now I've got sweets on the brain with all these dessert shops and food stands around. The temptation's the worst!
Ugh.
I almost faltered when I saw a plate with gyoza and ice cream that also sells chocolate bananas. Sigh. Alright, sorry about that. I should get back to asking around about Natsume. I've heard his name come up every so often. It's never about his book, just about how much people idolize him. It's kind of weird. Yeah, a bit. Alright, skeptical woman, what do you have? You want to know about Ungo Natsume? You and the rest of society. Everyone's talking about him lately and it makes me sick. Pretentious pricks like that are always hiding something. I heard business has been good lately, thanks to all the Natsumi business gift merch. People need to wake up, there are plenty of other good authors out there. That's worth 2% apparently. Yusuke, what do you have to say?
something is amiss.
Look, that general store over there is unusually packed with female customers. Perhaps it's just my imagination, but their eyes seem hollow. Welcome. Huh? Ungo Natsume? Of course I know him. Seems to like our products. A lot of fans give them to him as a gift. They sell like hotcakes, I tell you. It's all thanks to Natsume. But just between you and me, I'm kinda worried about how much money them fans are spending on all this stuff. That's not unlike what happened with Alice. She had fans pouring in abnormal amounts of money too. Care to buy something?
What is it that you see?
Hello! Agility +4.
Have you made your choice?
Okay, buy one of these,
Have you made your choice?
one of these,
Thank you for your business.
and we can't buy anything else until our next metaverse excursion. But yeah, if he's worried about getting good business, then you know it's serious. Alright, Haru and Futaba.
My.
Hello. Been asking around the shops here. Apparently Sendai's in the middle of Natsume fever. Apparently it's even affecting some of the shop staff. I overhear some complaints that it's getting bad for business. People no call, no showing, or even ditching their shifts partway through to go pick up more copies of Natsume's book.
Could it be?
Their hearts have been changed. I nearly forgot. When I told one of the local restaurant owners I was on a trip with my friends, he gave me this. It's a hamburger from a local chain using only local ingredients. They said it's very good. Yutan burger.
Ooh.
Store owners were real surprised to learn who Haru's family is. First they were all stiff and nervous, but Haru's too warm for anyone to keep that up for long. She had him singing in no time. It was crazy seeing how many people treat the upper crust, let alone Haru's ability to get him to stop. She is so amazing. What was my thought? Darn. Haru, what else? I hope Okumura Foods can be a good representative of regional flavors as well some day. Alright. We have gossip. Look at this! Bookworm deleted her social media account. Isn't Bookworm the author you really like? She's been putting out quite a lot of work lately. Maybe she got depressed. Her last post did mention how she's tired of trying to make her voice heard in a vacuum. Do you think Ango Natsume is the cause? Have you read Ango's book? The story and dialogue is so similar to what Bookworm would do. Hey, be careful, we're talking about Sogo Natsume's grandson here. You'll get flamed if you talk about him carelessly.
Hey.
Did you hear that? She seems suspicious of Ango Natsume stealing other people's work. Wonder if that's true or just some rumor. Yeesh, so someone plagiarized work, but because he was super popular, he's the one who got to the big break, and Bookworm was, well, lost to the void apparently. We've got plenty of intel now. I'd say it's safe to call it quits. Remember how Natsume's autograph session we heard about? This is our chance to see him in action. Let's do some first-party reconnaissance. Yeah, we can't afford anything. Let's indeed.
Leave it to me.
We're getting everyone together? Okay, I'll contact them for you. So, Sophie is basically just a special, super smart messaging app. Thanks, Sophia. We should get over there ourselves. Well, no, she isn't. It's just one of her many talents. Porto, Ango Natsume's autograph event.
That smug bastard's being promoted all over the place. Like I'm going insane.
That's quite a crowd for a book signing. Oh, there's so many people. I think I'm gonna throw up. Is he gonna give out his keyword for Emma and change everyone's hearts like Alice did?
Futaba, it's okay if you back off and wait outside for us. We don't need everyone in here.
We should keep an eye on him for now.
Natsume-san, I just wanted to say thank you for putting out such wonderful work all the time. I was so touched by your book. I ended up buying 50 copies.
Ah, that was my thought. I really don't understand why you'd buy multiples of a book. Like, I understand buying a book and reading it and liking it and keeping it. And maybe it gets water damaged or torn or something and then you'd need an extra copy, but I really don't understand why you'd want to buy so many copies.
Yeah, well, I bought 100. Some to read, some to collect, some to give out, some to...
You only need one for reading. And don't finish that sentence, please.
My goodness. Thank you. I'm flattered.
Reading your book somehow gives me hope, courage to keep going. I won't rest until each and every one of my friends knows about your book.
Well, I have said that I want my book to reach as many people as possible. I can't help but feel guilty, though. Be sure you don't overdo it.
He sounds so insincere. The fact he's giving out good advice and yet he sounds so insincere about it just rubs me the wrong way.
No, it's okay. I'm helping you because I want to.
I heard the reason he started writing novels was for this poor girl who's bedridden in the hospital.
Wait, really? I want to know whether that's true or not, because it sounds sympathetic, but entirely possible that it really isn't. It's just another rumor started to make him sound better than he is. But then, yeah, maybe it's a pattern, maybe not.
Supposedly, he wanted her to keep fighting so she could one day see him finish his novel.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. He's just so compassionate. It's like he's a saint. I know, that story alone's enough to make me cry. I guess even real life is like a novel sometimes.
Helps when you live in a video game.
We have to tell the whole world about Ango Natsume's good deeds.
The book signing concluded. Natsumi and his fans left. I guess the problem is that he didn't need to give out his ammo code to everyone, he just needed to give it out to a few places and then let word of mouth do all the legwork for him. Yeah, Alice was a lot more hands-on. That might be an
I'd
innuendo, might
expected
not.
as much, but he's really popular.
Do you think that bit about the girl in the hospital is for real?
Yeah, there's only one way to find out. Jail infiltration investigation.
Dude didn't seem like the type, if you ask me.
I don't think Natsume said anything resembling a keyword. Could it be because he really isn't a monarch? Or perhaps he's just being careful. If he is the monarch, maybe everyone here's already had their hearts changed.
So he doesn't need to hand it out anymore. Darn.
Meaning he wouldn't need to give out his keyword. Hey, Inari, what's that you've been reading?
I think he's been reading the book. And maybe that's where we'll find a keyword.
Ango Natsume's novel, Prince of Nightmares.
Inari? You actually bought that thing?
Maybe it's Haru's copy. Can I read it when you're done? I mean, I'm bored and I don't have any games, so a good book could help pass the time.
Yes, I suppose that's fine. I was just curious as to whether or not the book was truly deserving of the fervent praise it's received.
Given that we've received hints that it might have been plagiarized...
Well, how is it? Is it good?
How should I put it?
This is going to be very unique discussion on the book. Whether it's going to be damnation or praise, it's still going to be interesting hearing it from Yusuke.
For any creative work, one should be able to feel some sense of its creator's passion. No matter how crude or unrefined the work may be, there should always be some sort of spark present to those engaging with it. I'm not terribly well versed in the literary arts, but I feel nothing when reading this book.
Alright, just let me double check on that. That actually sounds an awful lot like what Futaba said about cracking, that the people that tampered with the fan site had no interest in coding, so you could tell that it was just a copy and paste job. But anyhow, there should always be some sort of spark. You can tell a passion in it, so basically what he's saying is that the Prince of Nightmares has no passion put into it. Okay, let's continue.
The sentences are formed well enough, but what's here is shockingly hollow. It's as if these words have been taken from someone else and given the most bare minimum coat of paint possible.
Which is basically what the bookworm had.
Let me see. Oh, wow. This line here is lifted from an anime from 2 years ago. The words got changed a bit, but that's definitely it. Sneaky.
Wow. We should probably have Yusuke and Futaba as our media scouring duo, because even though they fight like cat and cat, they definitely complement each other's knowledge of the arts.
I think I've seen this one before too. And this one. Sheesh. This one too. Wait. Is this whole book just a bunch of stuff he ripped off and strung together? If the original writers, or worse, their fans, ever saw this, there'd be a frickin' riot online.
I can't possibly fathom how such a fraudulent piece of work garnered this much praise.
Well, we at least know that he's definitely the monarch. but we still have no leads on how to get at his jail.
That is, unless the fans had their desires stolen.
It's the power to change hearts.
With all that we know now, it's safe to say there's definitely something going on here.
I'm pretty sure that we aren't going to get a last minute twist of actually it's his friend in the hospital. Nope, it's definitely the guy.
If only we knew the keyword, we can investigate the jail for ourselves.
Think we should ask some of his fans? They've all had their desires taken, right?
That could be dangerous because they might lynch mob us.
If this is anything like the situation in Shibuya, I doubt they'll tell us anything.
Guess we're kinda stuck then. Have we heard anything from Gramps yet?
He said he'd be here by tonight. Maybe he learned something.
Alright then. I guess we should go ahead and wait for Inspector Hasagawa then.
We're going to waste an entire day? That just doesn't seem right to me.
Hold on.
Yeah?
Why do you think Natsume wrote this novel?
I have no clue. I don't think it's... It feels like he's interested in the fame.
No. Somehow I don't believe that's the case.
Alright, I'll take your word on it.
No matter how much praise your work receives, if it was built on the backs of others, then you cannot truly call that praise your own. Those compliments will surely ring empty. Anyone in the arts should know this.
I understand what Yusuke's saying, but it does feel like he could just be getting a get-rich-fame scheme. I mean, I barely get any viewers at all, but I still do what I do because I enjoy it.
That is why I don't understand. What was he thinking when he wrote this novel?
What are you two doing? Let's get going.
Makoto.
My apologies. It wasn't my intention to hold you up. Let's be off.
She interrupted the touching moment with Yusuke. Wow, we really did just lose an entire day. Man, that 8th is gonna hit a lot sooner than I'm comfortable with.
Pretty nice ride you've got here. And I gotta say, I didn't expect Sendai to be on the agenda. How'd you know there was a jail here?
Did we not tell him that Sophia can detect them? I'd have to go back to my old footage to figure that out. Darn.
Well, about that.
I smelled it.
Zenkichi just got his cool back and is gonna shatter like a fragile pane of glass.
You smelled it?
Or maybe he's just going to be baffled.
Anyways, have you learned anything new?
Ah, yes. Ango Natsume, right? Yeah, he's suspicious all right. His book's been selling like crazy, but only here in Sendai.
Hang on, wouldn't people be able to get the keyword around via the internet? Is it only possible to steal desires if you use the keyword in the plate? No, because part of me wants to say that we can always backtrack to Alice's jail just for some extra grinding or something, but I could be wrong on that. I haven't gotten into the metaverse yet, so who knows.
Most of the other stuff I've heard lines up with what you guys told me. Anyhow, I did some asking around, and here's what I found. Apparently, everyone in Natsume's little fan club becomes friends with him through Emma. And once that happens, they start buying his book any and every chance they get. Some even go into debt because of it.
I mean, we did already know that's the sort of thing that happens.
Any of this sound familiar?
Very.
It's just like what happened with Alice.
He might have different methods from Alice Hiragi, but I'm almost certain Natsume's using the same power.
In that case, we really need to get our hands on his keyword.
Can't we just nab the shithead and make him cough it up?
Ugh, do that? And I would have to arrest you for assault.
Darn, we've got to do this by the book?
You can ramble on about jails all you want. Best case scenario is you getting dragged off to a mental institution.
Ah, right.
So, Do you have any better ideas?
Well, we're phantom thieves, so going at it directly's not preferred anyway.
Ah, there goes Beauty Thief. Always trying to be elegant and subtle and stuff.
And then she takes an axe to the problem.
Beauty what?
She's talking about Haru.
My name is Beauty Thief.
I see. She's really calling herself that?
Well, she calls herself Noir, but if you put her on the spot, she defaults to the old nickname that wasn't that good.
Getting back on track, we gotta think of a way to get that keyword.
That's where I come in. You better thank me for this later.
For what?
Natsume's holding a party tonight in celebration of Prince of Nightmares, passing over 1 million in sales.
Oh no, we're going to have the girls get the keyword personally, aren't we?
And I just happen to have enough invitations for all of you. Which means...
We're crashing a party?
Hey, that sounds fun as hell, don't you think?
We're gonna get lynch mobbed. Hang on. I could ask him where he got those. I could comment on something out of left field like usual. This is our chance, but I want to know.
Wouldn't you like to know? Better to keep you in the dark, but let's just say, I know a guy. So, what do you think? Glad we struck a deal?
You did pretty good, Gramps.
Yeah, nice one, Gramps.
I must admit, I'm seeing you in a whole new light, Gramps.
This is just a sick and twisted way at getting back at him for being shady and manipulative.
Yeah, you really came through, Gramps.
I knew we could count on you, Gramps-son.
Come on, guys. At least call me by my name.
Don't feel bad, Gramps.
Well, even Sophia. Even Sophia. You know you've hit the bottom of the totem pole when even Sophia is picking on you. Unintentionally. The 1 million sold celebration.
Thank you all very much for coming today. This is just a small token of my appreciation. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoy yourselves.
Congratulations, Mr. Natsume. Truly.
It's all thanks to everyone working so hard to push sales. All I did was write.
Oh, you're too modest.
It really is impressive how well you've done, considering the amount of competition there is these days. But I know we tried to promote you early on as the grandson of renowned writer Sogo Natsume, but I never would have expected you to perform this well.
It's almost supernatural how popular you are.
The praise you've received is due entirely to your talent, Mr. Natsume. You're a shining star to readers and authors alike.
Man, I'm expecting Ryuji to have some what a jerk comment for all this.
My talent, you say? Well now, I wouldn't go as far as to say that. The words on the page matter little. If there's something worth talking about, the people will always flock to it. From there, all one needs to do is craft a little story into it. And voila! For example, take that origin story about how I started writing because of some poor girl in the hospital.
Pardon my asking, but is that story really true, Mr. Natsume?
I'm afraid that's my little secret. Truth, fiction. Does anyone really care?
The entirety of the V3 fan community would like a word with you about that.
You might recall Ichiryusai Madarame's confession on TV not too long ago. Surely you remember.
I did it and no one can prove it.
His signature piece. What was the name of it?
Oh, do you mean the Sayuri?
Wait, what?
Ah, yes, that's it. The Sayuri. That piece was certainly lauded as the pinnacle of beauty at the time. But if you ask me, the only place it belongs now is the trash.
You don't talk down your competition. It just makes you a jerk. Man. This guy.
Dick!
See? Ryuji. Ryuji was the first to speak up with the problems inherent in what he's saying.
The trash? How rude!
has no idea what was put into that painting. Who does he think he is?
Actually, wait. Oh, right. I was thinking that it was some book about the Sayuri that someone had written, but no, apparently he's talking about Yusuke's mother's final work, and that is awful. Yusuke's remaining calm. Surprised, but we might have a punchline in a few seconds.
Yusuke, I know how you feel, but...
I'm alright.
I mean, he might also think that everything that what's-his-name is saying means absolutely nothing because he's just a cheap copycat with no investment in his art.
I have a favor to ask. Would you mind if I handled this one? I promise I'll get the keyword from him.
But...
There's a good chance he remembers your faces from the other day.
But Yusuke seems to have a plan in mind.
However, I was toward the back of the crowd, so there's a good chance he won't recognize me.
Do us the honor.
Right. Yusuke might be our best bet here.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'll be off then. Pardon me for interrupting. I happen to be a big fan of yours, Natsume-san.
Who are you?
Forgive me. I was hoping I might trouble you for an autograph.
Hey, Mr. Natsume is a busy man. You can trouble him later.
Come now. I'm sure one autograph won't hurt.
You mean it? My thanks, Natsume-san. You're too kind. To receive an autograph from the great Ongo Natsume himself, this honor is truly more than I deserve.
Nonsense. Don't sell yourself short. It's readers like you who allow authors like me to keep writing.
I see. That's a wonderful way to look at it. Oh, right. Do you by any chance use Emma, Natsume-san?
Of course. With how convenient it is, how could I not?
If you don't mind, could you please add me to your friends list? It would be a privilege to be closer to one I respect so greatly.
Not at all. My fans and readers mean the world to me. The keyword is Prince of Nightmares.
Ooh. I suppose if we started guessing at random, we would have gotten it sooner or later, but still, a bit full of yourself there.
Thank you very much. Expect a request from me sometime soon. Now, there is one more thing. I overheard you and your entourage mention the Sayuri earlier. If I'm not mistaken, you said it should be thrown out with the trash, as though it were some cheap attempt.
Ah, so you heard that, did you?
No.
Is that what I said? Well, I take it someone of your taste agrees with me?
Actually, my thought was going... Sorry, I cut in too early, but I take it someone of your taste agrees with me? Just immediately, no. He doesn't even say it, and I already have the answer to that.
In the end, that painting only held value because of whose name was attached to it. Madarame had it.
The Sayuri was painted by my mother. This may be unprofessional of me, but professionalism be damned. My mother painted the Sayuri at the cost of her own life. It is her final masterpiece. That painting was crafted with a love that simply cannot be found anywhere else. Don't you dare lump it in with that soulless drivel you cobbled together from authors far more talented than you.
Huh. I was thinking that we'd be subtle about this, but... I guess Yusuke really wanted to drive that point home, and I don't blame him in the slightest.
Hey, you can't...
I merely spoke the truth. Now, if you'll excuse me. We've got what we came for. Let's head outside, yes?
Soulless drivel? That little bastard. What the hell does he know?
Yeah, it's all right, Mr. Natsume. He's just, looking to blame you for something because he's jealous of your genius. Don't let him get to you.
Shut up!
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that story about the hospital, maybe it has a bit of fabrication to it, but Natsumi looked legitimately shocked to find out that the Sayuri was a stolen work and painted by someone on her deathbed. And he looks legitimately angry at this because, well, I feel like he realized just what a sort. Where am I going with this? He might just be in this similar situation.
No matter. He'll come around just like the rest.
But yeah, Yusuke earned that moment. I wouldn't say, well, now he's on
My
guard.
apologies. I couldn't hold myself back. I suppose I still have much to learn.
Dude, don't sweat it. Everything worked out. We got the keyword, so we're all good.
I mean, even if it would have cost us the keyword, I still think you had every right to do it.
Yeah, you did great. I was actually pretty impressed with how you stood up to him.
Well, I can't say my assessment of his book was entirely correct. Whatever someone feels from a work of art, no matter what that work may be, ultimately comes down to the individual.
Yeah, well, for what it's worth, we all loved seeing you stick it to that creepy Nari.
In any case, we've got the keyword now. All that's left is to find our entry point.
Sendai Station would be a good place to look. How come? The smell isn't as strong there. The security's probably more lax.
Yeah, we probably want to get in somewhere that isn't surrounded on all sides.
The station should be a safe point of entry, just like in Shibuya.
So I guess we're doing it then.
Yeah, we've got everything we need. Tomorrow, that jail's getting a visit from the Phantom Thieves.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there's something I wanted to ask you. Yusuke might have been acting calm just now, but he seemed rather sad.
Are we going to tell Sophia about Yusuke's backstory?
Why was that?
Because he's an artist too.
Oh, I see. So when someone disrespects something important to you, it makes you more sad than angry.
Yeah, it varies. It depends on the person.
At the very least, Yusuke seemed to feel that way. I think I'm starting to understand him a little better now. Thank you for explaining that to me.
Went back to the RV to get some rest. Oh, hello, we're going to get pestered by the Velvet Room.
I've been waiting for you. The desires in this place have been stolen as well. The voices of countless hearts are stirring about.
Alright, I think that explains why my phone keeps sliding off the charge pad. Apparently it's very frictionless. That's real life stuff though, we're not here to let's play real life.
At the same time, I can feel the threat of the calamity is only growing stronger. I have called you here to deliver important news. The bonds you have forged will now impart an even greater power to your personas. This new power, it seems it was born from a connection you've made during your travels. This will become the sustenance that will further nurture your potential. Cherish it dearly.
Sorry, I got just lost in thought. Greater power to your personas. It's born from a connection you've made during your travels. I think we're about to get a new bond skill. I'll do just that.
I admit I'm somewhat jealous. There is no doubt that they will give you the strength needed to cut through fate.
And even though we're going a bit over time, I just had a thought. Ultimate personas. They were rewards for getting to the max level of a character back in Persona 5. And, well, max social link or confidant or whatever. I have to wonder how they'd be integrated into here. because it doesn't look like we're going to have any personal interactions. Increased damage for physical persona skills and for magic persona skills. And a chance to inflict ailments. And the duration for buffs and debuffs. New set of bond skills, these allow you to strengthen the skills of personas. Take advantage of this power in future battles.
May luck be on your side.
Man, I'm now actually wondering just how many bond points we're going to have by the end of this journey. Because it does look like we're getting all sorts of things to invest in.
I'm so tired.
Snap out of it, Ryuji. We're about to head in.
I know. I was so excited last night I couldn't sleep.
What, you think it's Christmas morning or something?
Any idea how big this place is? Can you tell, Sophia?
Based on the smell, I'd say it covers nearly all of Sendai.
So wait, it's gonna be even bigger than Alice's jail?
That's quite big.
Considering what's happening throughout the city, the scale makes sense. But that's all coming to an end.
We'll save this city.
Right. We're heading into the Sendai jail. Hey.
We've got ourselves a mobile home hideout. Pretty convenient. Gotta say, does make the Phantom Thieves even cooler. Yeah. Once you think everyone's good and ready, let's meet at the hideout and infiltrate the jail. We're counting on you. Which we will do next time because we have definitely run out of time and this is probably my last recording session for the day. Either way... I mean, I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just gonna say, till next time guys, take care. I'll see you all in the metaverse. And no, we don't have anything to show off though. We've exhausted all those options. Sorry. Ciao.